This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. Today, I'm very lucky to be joined by, once again, Carl Greaves. So, Carl, how have you been, mate? It's been a while.
Yeah, I'm all good, Fred. Thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm all good. I started the second year of college now. Just got, I think I'm going to the second week now, or third week. Yeah, it's a bit boring, but it's all right, you know. Can you remember the time when you were at school? Can you remember that at all?
Yeah, best days of your life, mate. Best days of your life. You don't realise it at the time, but looking back, what a laugh. Best days of your life.
Why is that? Is that because you were with your mates the whole time? Is that the reason?
Yeah, you got no care in the world, no bills to pay. You know what I mean? Just a bit of bored, and yeah, it's well, you don't even pay board when you're at school, do you? So yeah, best days of your life, mate. No worries, good laugh. You don't realise at the time, but looking back, yeah, loved it.
So, if someone came to you in a time machine saying, "Oh, yeah, I'll take you back to the days you were at school," would you go back?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we had some good laughs back in the day. I was a bit of a naughty kid, but yeah, I loved it.
Oh, okay, that's all right then. So we go into present tense. We're talking about David Avanesyan. He takes on Liam Taylor. Do you think a lot of fighters are avoiding David at the moment then? Because not many people had heard of Liam Taylor.
Yeah, he's avoided for sure. I mean, obviously, he's probably not quite a big enough name for the big names in the division, so he's going to have to get himself in a mandatory position to probably get a world title fight. I mean, I don't think there's many who's going to be brave enough to give him a voluntary defence. But yeah, he's avoided for sure. I mean, obviously the Josh Kelly victory made a big statement, proved how good David is. I mean, he's 30 years old, but he's still rising. He's still flying high, and he's getting better with age. He's like fine wine.
Yeah, he's certainly decent at fighters nowadays because of the nutritionist, so that I guess that helps it. And last time we spoke as well, you mentioned Colin Ben, and that you doubted that fight would happen, and so did Neil Marsh, I guess. How come that fight kind of never materialized?
I mean, they just know that Connor's not ready for David. I mean, I've got a lot of respect for Connor. He's a good fighter. I mean, but he's not in David's league at the moment, and I think they realise that he's 2 or 3 fights away for the likes of David. I mean, they're doing clever matchmaking with Connor at the minute, getting him big names from the past that's on the way down, obviously to look good on Connor's record. But obviously a young, hungry, fresh opponent, someone like David, is just not quite ready for yet. Which, listen, we don't mind. You know what I mean? We understand, but we can tell that he's not ready for David when he's calling out everybody's name other than David's. But listen, full respect to Conor. He's going his own path now. He's trying to find a way to get a world title without fighting the likes of David. So we'll just see how it all pans together for him.
Do you think maybe 3 or 4 fights down the line, Conor might fight David then, might be more ready?
I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I mean, like David said, he's just interested in getting a world title fight now. If Connor's world champion at the time before David, then yeah, we'd love that fight. If vice versa, then we don't know. But yeah, I mean, David's just interested in big fights now. I mean, obviously, we've got to fight Liam Taylor because that's all that's offered at the moment. I mean, we're in that position where he's in the Who Needs Him club, to be honest. But we'll get there. I mean, just got to keep winning, keep defending the European until he can get a mandatory, until he becomes mandatory for a world title. So obviously, we have to get a final eliminator to do that.
And obviously, he's kind of moved away from the Matchroom banner now. He's on Sky Sports. Obviously, it's still very good. He's still on Sky Sports because that's got a massive audience. But I remember you saying, I think it was an interview you did with Bad Intentions Boxing. He said that you can not work on or not working with Eddie Hearn anymore. What was kind of reason behind that?
Yeah, well, obviously Neil's David's manager. He discusses all that. He's the one that works for David in that capacity. So yeah, it didn't work out with Matchroom. Obviously, they didn't deliver the fights that we wanted, and obviously they couldn't get him out within the period that was in the contract. So obviously Neil moved on. At the moment, we're still contract free. Obviously, Boxer won the first bids for this fight to happen on Sky Sports against Liam Taylor, and we'll just see what happens after this. But obviously, Neil's a good manager. He works hard for David. I mean, look at what he's done for him. You know what I mean? He's done fantastic for his career. You know what I mean? He's been a world champion. Now he's European champion, and we look at becoming a world champion again. So yeah, he's doing a great job, and I leave it all with Neil. I mean, he's the man that's decides what to do with David.
Yeah, I remember seeing the press conference. I think it was Neil Marsh. It was on Sky Sports YouTube channel. It was Neil Marsh, and it was also named Josh Kelly, Adam Booth, named Josh Kelly's coach, and it was kind of trolling Adam. That was quite entertaining as well. I went on your Twitter today to find if you're like any upcoming shows. I went quite far down. You retweet quite a lot of stuff. I went quite far down your timeline, but I couldn't find anything. Have you got any small hall shows coming up at all?
Yeah, I did a big show last week. I mean, it was small, but a big show, if you know what I mean. Fight Zone filmed it in a fantastic venue. I think we shifted 1,200 tickets. Considering I lost my two main ticket sellers, I was really, really pleased. It was very stressful, the build-up. But on the night, it ran really smooth, and I was really pleased with it. I got 8 out of 8 winners, and a Midlands area champion in Kyle Haywood. So we're flying high. The night before that, Carl Greaves Promotions managed Craig Derbyshire won the English title. He's trained by Niall Almond. So, yeah, we're on a roll at the moment. I mean, I haven't had a defeat for a long time now. So, as a trainer. So, yeah, I'm really pleased with how things are going. I'm looking at doing a couple of smaller shows back end of the year. I've got one penciled in for November the 28th at Newark Showground in my hometown. And then I'm looking at doing one in Leicester a week later. So, just sorting out dates and that at the moment, but that's what I'm looking at.
Okay, that's interesting then. I remember I spoke to, speaking of small shows, I spoke to Wayne Smith, who kind of works with Pat Barrett up in Liverpool, and he was saying that there's a lot less journeymen these days. Have you found that out yourself?
Yeah, the proper journeymen, yeah, there's not many around nowadays. But you're just finding that there's so many home fighters looking for winners, selling the tickets. There's not enough away fights to go around for all these shows, and that's what the trouble is. And this is what we're doing. We're all fighting for the same fighters, away fighters, week in, week out, hoping they're not going to get 28 days, 45-day suspension. So it's becoming very, very difficult. I mean, the amount of shows it's about, I mean, there was 42 shows in September. Well, there is, we're in September still now. And I know it's been very, very stressful for a lot of promoters. I mean, I was quite fortunate. I matched my show early, but even so, I lost 3 fights the week, 3 matches the week of the show. So I had to rematch them, and it was very, very tough and stressful. But it is difficult. There's just not enough away fights to go around, simple as that. I wouldn't say we're in no difference than we've always been, to be honest with you. There's just too many home kids that just want wins, want to sell the tickets, pick the opponents. There's not many that want to go in proper 50-50 fights. This is why, obviously, this is the situation we're in.
Yeah, I know. It must be. It's something a lot of people don't see when all the fighters fall out, and you have to go around and find another fighter. I don't need too much time today. I've got 2 fights on your thoughts on Terence Crawford and Sean Porter. I think the WBO made that as mandatory. What are your thoughts on that fight? Because that's David's Avanesyan's weight division.
Yeah, I mean, Sean Porter's a rough, tough cookie. He's been around a long time. I just feel that Terence Crawford's a level above him, skill set wise. He probably outbox him. I don't know if he'll stop him, to be honest, because he's tough, Sean Porter. But I think Crawford, with his skill set and the way he's boxing at the moment, is his pound for pound number 1 in tiers right up there. I mean, Crawford's had a few chances now. He's been around a long time. Porter's been a lot of chances, been around a long time. I just feel that Crawford will be too much for him.
Yeah, I see. I mean, I think he kind of wants to beat him better than Errol Spence did. But then with William and Sean Porter, he's so tricky and kind of scrappy in a way, awkward. And who do you think of Terence Crawford and Errol Spence?
Yeah, it's a good fight. He's a good fighter, and Errol Spence is a big at the weight as well. I'd love to see that fight. I'm not too sure, to be honest. I haven't really thought about it, so you've put me on the spot. But yeah, it is a good fight. I'd love to see it. Maybe, hopefully, it'll happen. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think what I think is if Crawford leaves top rank, then he can go to PBC, and that can be the fight that could happen. Yeah, so it's annoying, those 50-50 fights. That's why we see so much of these YouTubers and legends coming back. Because if boxing was 50-50 fights all the time, we wouldn't see any of that. It was a good fight.
Yeah.
All right, Carl, thanks so much for your time again today. I want to You have Instagram, don't you? But you haven't used it in a while. You need to get back.
Yeah, I've never been on Instagram, to be honest. My daughter set me an account up a few years ago, and we don't know the password. And to be honest with you, I don't really want to get into it. I'm on Twitter. I've got my Facebook, and obviously someone runs my Facebook page as well. That's enough for me. I mean, everybody's trying to get me on Instagram, but no, I'm gonna stay off it.
I was going to say because it's very good. It's a very good promotion tool. It's really good to promote stuff. Probably need better than TV. And where can people find you on Twitter and Facebook at them?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter at Carl Greaves Pro. And then obviously the pro's not for professional, it's for promotions. And then I've got Carl Greaves Promotions on Facebook page, and obviously my personal account, Carl Greaves, but I'm maxed out on that page, so I can't accept nobody at the moment. I've got a lot waiting, so yeah.
All right, I'll put your Twitter link in the description, considering the Facebook is maxed out. All right then, Carl, thanks so much for your time. Until next.
Oh man, thanks a lot, Fred. Cheers, mate.
I've got to go do homework now. Karen, that's one thing you don't miss about school, the homework, isn't it?
Yeah, no, I don't miss that, mate. Yeah. Listen, I miss the laugh and I miss the crack with everybody at school back in the day, but I don't miss the homework side of it now.
Yeah, certainly not. And then, all right then, until next time then, Carl. Thank you.
Take care, mate. Thank you.